आज हम चैप्टर 2 क्लास 6 ज्योग्राफी के NCERT शुरू करेंगे। तो चैप्टर 2 ग्लोब, लैटिट्यूड्स एंड लॉन्गिट्यूड्स। तो सबसे पहली चीज, व्हाट इज ग्लोब? A globe is a small miniature of Earth, a small size of Earth that is used for studying the various things, various places on Earth. So the Earth is like this, and it is tilted like this. These are called axes. And there is a line which divides Earth into two parts, that is at 0 degree, which is called equator. The lines are imaginary. This is the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. Okay. And we have several circles similar to this. Several of them. They are called latitudes. Latitudes. And these all lines are parallel to the equator, so they are called parallels of latitudes. Because equator is the major latitude. Parallels of latitude. Okay. Now this is it. This is Earth. We have equator here, 0 degree. We have a major latitude, one of the major latitude at 27.5 degree north. That is called Tropic of Cancer. And in the deep south also we have got a major latitude that is at 23.5 degrees south, that is called Tropic of Capricorn. Okay. Then we have above Tropic of Cancer we have also a major latitude that is called Arctic Circle, that is at 66.5 degree north. Arctic Circle. We have a major latitude down south at 66.5 degrees south, that is called Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle. So we have all these major latitudes, and there are many latitudes parallel to these all lines, many between them. They are called parallels of latitude. Now on basis of these three, these lines, we have got heat zones of the Earth. We have equator, this is Tropic of Cancer, this is Tropic of Capricorn. We have 23.5 degree north, 23.5 degrees south, and this is equator. This is 66.5 degree south. Antarctic Circle, this is 66.5 degree north. Arctic Circle. So in between Tropic of Cancer and equator we have torrid zone. It receives, here also we have torrid zone. In between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle we have temperate zone. And down south also the same thing, temperate zone. The heat is not so intense here. In between Arctic Circle and polars we have frigid zone, which remains always freezed. The temperature conditions are really cold. Deep down south also it is the same. So we have studied about latitudes. Now what are longitudes? They are the lines from pole to Antarctic. A major longitude is at 0 degree, that is called prime meridian, which passes from England, Greenwich in England. Prime meridian. We have several latitudes parallel to these. They are called parallels of longitude. These longitudes help us to determine the time. As we have 5 hours, our India's prime meridian is at at 82.5 degree east. They are measured at north and south because Tropic of Cancer, and they are measured as east and west. The lines which are west of prime meridian are termed as degree west, and the east of prime meridian they are called as degree east. They help in locating place, help in determine locating place and time. If we have longitude and latitude, we can get the exact position of a place on the map. Now the next topic is standard time. It basically depends on longitude, and the world's time is fixed by 0 degree, that is prime meridian. As our India's time meridian is on 82.5 degree east, so we have 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. If it is 12 o'clock in the afternoon at prime meridian, we will be having 5:30 p.m. in India. As one goes from west to east, he gains time, and one goes from east to west, he loses time. So we have this in our chapter 2. Thank you so much. Now our next topic is motions of Earth. Chapter 3, motions of Earth. There are 2 motions of Earth. First we will talk about rotation. What is rotation? Earth is like this, tilted. Earth rotates on its axis like a ball. It is called rotation. And when the Earth rotates around the Sun in an elliptical path, that is called revolution. Earth makes 66.5 degree angle with this plane, this angle. Like it is tilted now, so it makes 66.5 degree with orbital plane, with its orbital plane. This is the orbital plane. When the Earth is rotating around the Sun, it gets sunlight in a certain area, so, and that causes day in that area, and the half of the Earth is facing night, so this is called the circle of illumination, which divides the lighted area and the darkest area between the Sun and on the Earth. The Earth revolves around the Sun in 365 and 1/4 day. Why this 1/4 day? After every 4 year we have 29th of Feb, so this 1/4 day is added like this. We have 4 seasons: summers, winters, spring, monsoon. It basically depends on the revolution of the earth. We have this Tropic of Cancer, we have studied in previous chapter, that is 23.5 degree north. We have equator 0 degree. We have Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees south. So on 22nd of March the sun is at equator, so we have equal day and equal night. It is because of the tiltation of the earth. The sun is at different places at different time of the year. Now as the summers are approaching, the sun will move towards, means the earth will move towards sun, and this will cause the sun to be on Tropic of Cancer on 21st June, and which is known as summer solstice. Okay, now it will be here on 22nd of September. Third of September. It is also known as equinox, equal day and equal night again, because when the sun is on equator, it is equal day and equal night. Now the sun will come there in southern hemisphere on 2nd December. It is winter solstice. Okay, here in northern part of India, in the northern hemisphere, on the tropics, the countries which fall, like for example India has long day and short night, and here the countries which fall on Tropic of Cancer will have long day and short night, like Australia. So this is our chapter number 3. Now we have our chapter 4, that is map. What is map? A map is the small representation on a small representation of the different features of Earth on a flat surface. As we have said about globe, it is just like the shape of the Earth, but map is on a flat surface. There are 3 types of map. First is physical, that gives us the relief features like oceans, continents, mountains, etc. Political map, the second is the political map, that gives us the cities, the politics, which country is where, which is the capital of which country. The third is thematic maps, which gives us small information like roads, railways, etc. Weather, rainfall, etc. There are 2 main components of map. First is 3 main components of map: distance, direction, and symbols. First is the distance. How we will know about the exact distance between 2 places? It is about the scale on the map. It is the ratio of distance between 2 places on map and ratio and distance between them on real ground. If it is written scale 1:500, so 1 centimeter on map will be equal to 500 centimeter on the real ground. Now the second component is direction. The map always shows on the top its north direction, to the bottom ones it's the south direction, towards the left hand side it's the west direction, and towards the right hand side it is the east direction. Every map has these directions fixed, and we can locate the places according to these directions, and these all four directions are called cardinal points because they are always fixed. Every map will show northern direction in the upper side, southern direction in the downward side. In the left hand side it will show western direction, and in the east and in the right hand side it will show the east direction. Now the next component is symbols. We use different symbols in map, like H for hospital, like this metal road, this is unmetal road. So they are nearly fixed throughout the world, so for a convenient understanding of the people, those who are reading map. And they are also known as conventional symbols because they are fixed. The next topic is plan. What is a plan? A plan is a drawing of a small area on a large scale. Like this is a small area on a map. If we are drawing it on a large map to give the very detail of this place, so it will be known as plan. They are generally used for defense purposes. So we have these all topics in chapter number 4. Thank you. So we have our next chapter number 5. This is major domains of Earth. We have 4 things on Earth. First is lithosphere. That is the ground portion, solid portion of Earth. Second is the hydrosphere. That is the water portion, the water domain. The third is the atmosphere. As we have studied earlier, it is the blanket of air surrounding Earth. Blanket of Earth. Blanket of air surrounding Earth. The fourth is the biosphere. The combination of all three zones of this, and where life exists. The combination of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, that is land, water and air. Now first we will be talking about lithosphere, the solid portion of the Earth. Lithosphere is present on continents. They are surrounded by huge water bodies that are called oceans, and we can say it ocean basins. The highest mountain peak is Mount Everest, which is in Nepal, with a height of 8848 meters of the mean sea level. And the deepest point is Mariana Trench in Pacific. Mariana Trench in Pacific. It is 11,022 meters. There are 7 major continents. First is Asia. Lies in northern hemisphere. Largest continent. Tropic of Cancer passes through this. Cancer passes through Asia. It is separated by Europe from Ural Mountains. Ural Mountains separates Asia and Europe. Europe and Asia are combined called, because earlier Europe was a part of Asia, is combinedly called Eurasia. Now the second continent is Europe. Separated from Asia by Ural Mountains, we have seen Arctic Circle passes through this. Arctic Circle. On 3 sides, it is bounded by water bodies. And the next is Africa. Second largest continent. Zero equator, that is 0 degree. It passes through middle of this continent, middle of this. And equator, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, all 3 lines passes through this. It has the huge desert, that is the world's largest desert, Sahara, on the western side. It has the longest river, Nile, which drains through it, and it is. Now the next continent is North America. Third largest continent, and is linked to South America by Panama. It lies in northern hemisphere on the western side. Northern hemisphere on western side. Three oceans surround these continent. Now the next continent is South America, linked to North America by Panama. Amazon river passes through this continent. Amazon river drains into this continent, and it is the second largest river after Nile, but it drains the most water. The holding capacity of water is the highest in Amazon river. World's longest mountain, Andes, are present here. Now the next continent is Australia. Continent in the eastern hemisphere, in the southern hemisphere on the eastern side. On all sides surrounded by ocean. It is just like an Iceland, and it is the smallest continent. Now the next continent is Antarctica, which is frozen, lies in southern hemisphere and on the south pole. There are no human settlements here. India has got 3 research stations. Maitri, Dakshin Gangotri, the third is Bharti. Then now next is hydrosphere. We have 71% of surface covered with water and 97% in oceans, and they are mostly salty. There are 5 oceans. The first is the Pacific, largest ocean on Earth. It covers 1/3 of Earth's surface. 1/3. Mariana Trench, as we have already discussed, is the deepest point on this Earth, which lies in Pacific Ocean. It is circular in shape. On the western side, Australia is present, and on the eastern side, South America. Western side, Australia. Now the next is Atlantic Ocean, surrounded by land masses on all its sides. It is a closed ocean, just the shape of an S shaped. Now the next ocean is Indian Ocean, named after a country, India. It is triangular in shape. Northern side bounded by Asia, and on the west Pacific. On the west, Africa. In the east, Asia. On the northern side, western side, Africa, and on the eastern side, Australia. Now Southern Ocean. Earlier it was what we can say Antarctic Ocean. Surrounds continent of Antarctica. Now the next ocean is Arctic Ocean. It lies within Arctic Circle and surrounds the North Pole. It is connected with Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water known as Bering Strait. Connected with Pacific by Bering Strait. On the northern coast, it is bounded by North America and Eurasia. Now we have atmosphere. The first layer is the troposphere, all weather conditions, and it extends up to 13 km, and all weather conditions take place. 13 conditions, all weather conditions. The next is stratosphere. Cloudless zone. Ozone is present. The next is mesosphere. Meteoroids burn in this. The next is thermosphere. radio waves. The next is exosphere. Not very much is known about this to human beings, and it is the topmost layer. The biosphere. Next topic is biosphere. Here life exists. It is a combination of all the three spheres: hydrosphere, atmosphere, and lithosphere. It contains many ecosystems. So here we have chapter number 5. Thank you so much.